Good morning. These are your BYU-Idaho Radio morning headlines for Wednesday, October 8th, 2025. Thanks for listening. I'm Jack Esplin. Among the millions of people remembering and honoring the life of President Russell M. Nelson were students and employees on the campus of BYU-Idaho. President Nelson was the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and died on September 27th at the age of 101. He had led the church as president for the last 7.5 years. Students spoke with us after the funeral Tuesday. Here's what they said.
I definitely felt the spirit a lot. I feel saddened that we won't be able to receive more of President Nelson's teachings.
I'm feeling a surprising amount of peace. I've been thinking about it a lot since we heard President Nelson's passing. I think President Oaks was the one who said it. It's a somber celebration.
It was really hopeful. Like, you could tell everyone missed him, but also that he made such an impact in so many people's lives.
I appreciate the insight given by his family, and even though they are apostles of the church, they were his friend.
Even just thinking back on all the messages that he's shared since being like an apostle and being the prophet of the church, it never felt like it was coming from like a scary authoritative figure. It always just felt like a personal message coming from a friend.
It caused me to reflect a lot about when President Nelson was first called and where I was at in my life. And that was right when I was getting out of high school. So I think that everything that he's done as a prophet was exactly what I needed to hear to guide me through these stages where I was learning who I was going to become, who I wanted to be, what I wanted to do. And it felt like closure for his life in this way, but also like there's something new I can expect in my life for the new direction that the church is going to go with its new leader.
In the coming days, the church will reorganize its first presidency. It's expected Dallin H. Oaks will be the president. The city of Idaho Falls is hosting a block party to pay tribute to the city's historic water tower this week. As reported by Local News 8, the party will take place Friday, October 10th, and will go from 5 to 9 p.m. The Idaho Falls Farmers Market and Idaho Falls Downtown Development Corporation are including several free activities, including music, giveaways, a photo booth, and a fireworks show to end the night. The current water tower was built back in 1937. Memorial Drive in downtown Idaho Falls will be closed off from 2 to 10 p.m. for setup and the event itself, and it is free for all to attend. If you maybe smirk or are caught off guard when learning of a movie titled Lactose and Laxatives, your reaction would be on par with most people.
Every time someone comes up to me and says, "Yeah, what's your movie called?" I say Lactose and Laxatives. It always gets a smile out of people, no matter what. I don't know too many movies that you say the title and people just stop in their tracks. I think we're doing pretty well on that, on the marketing front.
Jacob Lisi is an independent filmmaker and movie director, as well as a BYU-Idaho alumnus. His new movie, Lactose and Laxatives, comes out in the spring of 2026. He finished filming last month.
Most people here at BYU-Idaho especially, and not just BYU-Idaho, but anywhere that someone is dating or in college and trying to figure out their relationships, trying to find a good person, not a toxic person, that's a big issue that is confronting a lot of young adults. And we wanted to shed some light on that, give some inspiration, lift people where we can, share what we have, and entertain in the process.
The movie is based on real events that happened to Lisi, his wife, and even the cast members in the movie. For other novice filmmakers, Lisi says, quote, "The best way to learn how to make a film is to make a film." And that over-preparing has been the main lesson that has stuck with him.
Over-prepare. Like, even if you're confident in your abilities to do something, over-prepare. You know, make sure everything is done before you start. You don't know what the future holds. Nothing is certain, and that's what you're stepping into, uncertainty. Plans are going to fail. Always over-prepare. It's humbling. It's that step of faith you need.
Lisi hopes his film can be something that gets people excited for movies again.
Hopefully it can let people know that, hey, look, there are fun movies. There are good movies coming out that people can be excited about. I feel that a lot of people have been disappointed in movies lately, and we want to share what we have and lift others in the process.
The trailer is expected to come out before the end of the year. For more information about the film, you can follow Lactose and Laxatives on Facebook. These have been your BYU-Idaho Radio morning headlines for October 8th, 2025. Thanks for tuning in. More news, interviews, and great content are available on our podcast feed. You can search for BYU-Idaho Radio on your favorite podcast apps. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and more. You can also ask your smart speakers to play KBYI 94.3 FM. This is BYU-Idaho Radio, and I'm Jack Esplin.